Good morning, student. I am Naveen Sharma. Welcome to Victory IAS. Student, today class is about the Mughal Empire and it is about the Akbar. Okay, let's start our class. So, beta, in previous class we discussed about the Babar and Humayun. So, beta, when Humayun lost from Sher Shah Suri and after the I hope you are aware that 15 years he spread out of India and then in this period, in between this period, he married with Hamida Bano and 15 October 1542, Akbar was born. So you have to underline this fact, okay? So this video is about Akbar. So after the Sarhind battle, Humayun again got a power, but he was not able to enjoy this power because when he was coming out from the Sher Mandal, he was fallen down from the stairs and died. When he was died, that time Akbar was in Kalanur. Okay, so you have to underline this fact. When Humayun was died, Akbar was in Kalanur. Okay, so beta here you have to focus on few things. Just first thing is that when the Akbar born, according to some historian, Akbar was born on 15 October 1542, but some others suggest that he was born on 25 October. He was born in Amarkot. That time, when Akbar was born, Humayun was taken a shelter from the Amarkot ruler Rana Veersal. Okay, so Akbar was born in house of Veersal. Okay, basic fact about Akbar is that his father name is Humayun, mother name is Hamida Bano Begum. Okay, when Akbar was very younger, he was took care by the Daima Maham Anga. So in Akbar life, if anyone asks you that there have a period is known as Petticoat Sashan or a period of two women dictatorship. So these are the two women who had a big role in Akbar life. Okay, his mother Hamida Bano Begum and his daima Mehem Anga. Okay, now sometimes the question arises about the marriages of Akbar. So Akbar first time married with the Salma Begum. The first wife was Salma Begum. But what happened? Akbar got his throne in early age of 13. So his whole decisions were taken by his father's friend or basically his wazir known as the Bairam Khan. So Baram Khan had a very big influence in the life of Akbar. So what happened when I hope you all aware that when Humayun died, that time the Humayun conflict with the Afghans, and that time there have a one commander named Hemu was there. So as Hemu realized that Humayun died and now Akbar is only a child, so he attacked on Delhi and want to capture it. So there have a one famous battle was took place, the second battle of Panipat, which known as. Okay, so you have to underline this fact also. So this battle was between Akbar and Hemu. Hemu has a title of Vikramaditya. He was the last person who has this title, Vikramaditya or Vikramjit. So you have to also underline. Okay, about battle we later discuss in brief. Okay, don't be worried. So the Baram Khan has a big influence. So when Baram Khan taking the every decision from his hand, so when Akbar became little younger, he said that Baram Khan that now you have did everything for us. So now I want that you please visit for the Hajj. Okay. In meanwhile, when Baram Khan was going to Hajj, he was killed and Akbar married his wife Salma Begum. But Baram Khan and Salma Begum had a one son. That the name of that child was Abdul Rahim. Abdul Rahim Khan Khana title given to him. Previously, before him, the Khan Khana title given to Baram Khan also. So Baram Khan also has a title of Khan Khana. Khan Khanem. Okay. Okay, if we talk about the Harka, okay, second married he did with the Harka Bai. Harka Bai was belongs to a Amir. But after getting a throne, Akbar sent a one friendship treaty letter to all rulers, all Rajput rulers, that if you want, basically, if you want the peaceful life or you do not want that Mughals attacked on you, so you please be accepted my treaty. All many of Rajput states were ready, but Amir ruler Bharmal denied for it. So there have occasion arrived, both armies are coming to in front of each other, and now the battles took place. But before the battle, the Harmal decided to discuss with the Akbar. He said, if you want that the friendship would be take place, then we have to make a marriage relationship. So to make this marriage relationship, he proposed that you marry my daughter Harka Bai. But this Harka Bai, in many historians, they talk it about a Jodha Bai. But frankly speaking, if you check the books of modern that time, the historians of that time, Abul Fazl or many other historian, Fiji, another one, so you get to know that they have no mention of Jodha Bai in these books. These books are talking about Harka Bai, but not about the Jodha Bai. So this is only a misconception. Okay. So let me discuss it about also. Okay, then the Ruqayya Begum, the most famous wife of Akbar also. Okay, Akbar had many sons, but only Shahzada Salim survived. Shahzada Danial and Shahzada Murad both were died in the basically era of Akbar also. Okay, Akbar got thrown on 14 Feb. So you have to underline this fact also, very important for you. Next, little bit move further. So, beta, what happened after the marriage with Harka Bai? Harka Bai realized that Akbar was illiterate. He never visited to school. So that's why she understand why the approach of Akbar is too different. But in starting phase, Akbar is known as Jalal. Jalaluddin was the name, and he known as Jalal. And people treat him that very cruel and this thing is also mentioned that his starting attacks also show this thing. He attacked on Malwa because the Malwa ruler Baj Bahadur had a very beautiful wife. Okay, so to get that lady, Akbar attacked on Malwa and destroyed whole Malwa, and basically later on the Baj Bahadur accepted his kinship, and later we both become friends. But actual situation is there. For the Rupamati, he destroyed many persons' life. Okay, so what happened after that with marriage with Harka Bai? Some changes arrived, and abolition of jizya tax is the very big symbol of that change. That is the change how the Jalal became the great Akbar. So this is the journey how the Jalal became Akbar. So beta, first time he abolished the jizya tax. What is jizya? I previously told you that jizya was a tax which put on non-Muslim for their worshipping. That in that time there a concept was going on that if you are non-Muslim, if you are Muslim and you attacked on any place, then you have only two options. First, destroy all person who are not accepted the Islam, means convert everyone on in Islam, or those who are not converted, kill them. But in India type of area, it is not possible to convert everyone in Islam or to kill huge crowd. So what option they had? The same option which used by the Muhammad bin Qasim in Sindh. He took a jizya tax. So same jizya tax took by the Delhi Sultanate and other persons who are arriving and basically captured India. So this jizya tax was going on. Akbar became the first Badshah who removed this jizya tax. Okay. Then abolition of pilgrimage tax. But a pilgrimage means if you are other than Muslim and if you do the pilgrim traveling, so you have to pay a tax. So this tax also stopped by the Akbar. Later on, Aurangzeb reapplied them both. Okay. Ending of Sati system in his era. Akbar was the first Badshah who tried to control Sati system, but I hope you are aware that in today time we can say that this is a very wrong practices, but that time those persons who are doing it, for them it is a religious supremacy. So when the Akbar try to stop it, many persons stand against him. Okay, you have to underline this one. Okay, control the trading of slaves. He was the first Badshah who controlled the trade of slaves. He also tried to abolish this system. So he do many things to control this kind of practices. Control trading of slaves, new capital formation, the biggest thing about the Akbar. He established a new capital city known as Fatehpur Sikri. Okay, so you have to also focus on this city. Idea of Ibadat Khana. Ibadat Khana means They have a one place where Akbar want to discuss the matter with the religious guru of different religions, different spirits. Firstly, he allowed only Muslims. But when he discussed with the Shia Muslims, he realized that this is not a supremacy of life, universal truth. So what he decided? He decided that I want that person who belongs to different religions should arrive there and we will discuss about what is the big thing in every religion. So Ibadat Khana is a place where the discussion about discussion about good thing of every religion held. Every religion held. Jin Chandra Suri, okay, and many other Jain scholars also visited there. Okay, so many persons are visited there. Okay, so this is the about the Ibadat Khana. Okay, he opened this Ibadat Khana for non-Muslims also. Okay, then they have a, after discussing all the things, he realized that what is should be good. So for all the good things, he established Sulha-e-Kul. Sulha-e-Kul means that the good achievement, or good philosophies of every religion should be there. And on behalf of Sulh-e-Kul, he started a new religion known as Deen-e-Ilahi. Okay, he started a new religion, Deen-e-Ilahi. Okay, so this 1575 he established it, and 1582 Deen-e-Ilahi was took place. Deen-e-Ilahi is a symbol of divine faith. Okay, you have to underline it. It means a divine faith. Okay, and but no one was ready to accept this new religion. If you talk about Hindus, only Birbal or Mahesh Das, the real name of Birbal was Mahesh Das. He was the only one who accepted this. Otherwise, no one is ready to accept this religion. Okay. Akbar is known for his Navratans, so all the Navratans I mentioned there, so it is good for you that to remember all the names. Abul Fazl, who wrote the Akbar Nama, and his one jild is known as Aini Akbari, is talking about all the things held in Akbar period. Okay, Fezi, beta Abul Fazl and Fezi both are brothers. Okay, and to starting of Sulh-e-Kul, these persons have a very big role. Okay, Mia Tansen, the very famous musician. Okay, Birbal, the Mahesh Das, Raja Todramal, who started the Dahsala system, Aine Dahsala, Raja Man Singh, he lead the Akbar's major attacks, basically at Haldi Ghati battle and battle against the Afghans also. Okay, then Abdul Rahim Khan Khana, he is also known as the son of Akbar. Okay, Fakir Ajayuddin, Mullado Pyaja. Okay, these were the Navratans of Akbar. Okay, so you have to focus on this. Next one, beta. If we talk about the battles, this concept is very important for you. The first mission he sent against the Gwalior and Malwa. It led by the Adham Khan. Okay, it was against the Baj Bahadur. Okay, and Battle of Saranpur held. But previously I discussed that this attack was only for the Rupamati, a very beautiful dancer or wife of Baj Bahadur. Okay. Second mission sent against the Baj Bahadur led by the Abdullah Khan. But it is 1562. Please mention it, it is a typing error. Okay. The Gondwana region of central India was annexed after the fierce battle with Rani Durgavati and her son Veer Narayan in 1564. But what happened that time? At this time, the basically there have a one person named Maharana Pratap. He sent a letter to different Rajput state or other state that if we want to face Akbar, we have to make a united, basically a collegium, yeah, coalition formation. But no one is ready. But that lady, Rani Durgavati, was also tried to play part on it. But so that reason to control this coalition, yeah, to stop this coalition, what the Akbar did, he sent one army to the Mewar and second army he sent to the attack on Rani Durgavati. So that's why the both power was spread in their area and Rani Durgavati was fought very bravely and okay, but this Gondwana area was annexed by the Akbar. Akbar brought in Gujarat 1584. In 1584, he won Gujarat, Kabul, Kashmir, Sindh, Bengal, and the Kandahar. Okay, so the area of Mughals now increasing, and most of the part which previously part of Delhi Sultanate now won by the Akbar. For the most of the important battles, a Mughal army led by the General Mausam also conquered part of the Baluchistan around the Quetta and Makaran. Okay, so many attacks was held in the period of Akbar. In 1600, Akbar had captured the Burhanpur, Asirgarh fort, and the Khandes in Deccan. But these winnings were for short living because after that, 1605, Akbar died and things were changed. So, beta, at here, if you focus on this map, you realize that a very huge area won by the Akbar. Okay, so these were the area which won by the Akbar. So many huge area Akbar captured. This is the Gondwana. Previously, it was in hand of Rani Durgavati, but later it captured. So if you show this whole area, you found that in this area, okay, basically South India, Akbar has not a big control. He sent a mission, but not much try to control on South India. He focused on North a lot. Okay, so you have to focus on this. Gujarat is very important for you because when there have a revolt held in Gujarat, so Akbar reached there and it was a very supreme mission of Akbar. At here, Akbar first time meet with Portuguese. Okay, here the relationship between Akbar and Portuguese started. In this attack, Akbar also saw the sea first time. Okay, पहली बार अकबर ने समुद्र के दर्शन किए. Okay, you have to focus on this. Okay, so in this whole area, the Mewar was the only place which was not accepted the Akbar's kinship. Okay, firstly in period of Rana Uday Singh and then the period of Maharana Pratap. Maharana Pratap ready to accept that Akbar also sent a letter to him that if you accept my kinship, I will leave the half India for you. But Maharana Pratap not accepted it. And finally, the Battle of Haldi Ghati took place. In this Haldi Ghati, Rajput power was basically fought with the power of Amir Mansingh. And these two Rajput states were fight with each other and both lost. If we talk about this battle, many historians suggest that Mansingh won. Some others suggest that well, Prithviraj Chauhan, Maharana Pratap won. But according to myself, both Indian power lost it here because what happened after this battle? Akbar never tried to capture the Mewar again. Maharana Pratap again won his area back. And okay, but the relationship between the Mughals and Mewar, it became same till the in period of Amar Singh when the treaty between Jahangir and Amar Singh held. Okay, then beta, there have some administrative fact in front of you that Vakil chief advisor of the king in all matter. Sometimes the question arises in matching what the Vakil did. So, beta, in period of Akbar or starting phase of Mughal Empire, Vakil is a chief advisor of the king in all matter. Then we have a Diwan minister. He is charge of finance. Okay, underline this one. Sadr-e-Sadur, he was religious advisor of king. Mir Bakshi, he is the one who maintained all the records. Daroga-e-Dak Chowki, to oversees the proper enforcement of law. So, beta, sometimes the Dak Chowki is seen that post office in charge, but it was has had a role of enforcement of law. Mohatib, to oversees the postal department. Sheikh Mubarak was the religious guru of Akbar, according to some historian. Akbar, as a new religious policy was drafted by the Abul Faizi. Previously, I talked about. So many historians treat him as guru of Akbar. According to Beta, because if you check the historical period, the Sheikh Mubarak period is little different from the period of Akbar. So according to many historians, Akbar's guru is only that person Abul Faizi. Okay. So you have Abul Faizi and Abul Fazal, both are brothers. So you have to focus on this. With the help of Raja Todarmal, Akbar investigated a land revenue administration and a new system. The new land revenue system was introduced, known as the Jabti system or known as the Bandobast system. Okay, it's this system also known as the Sala system. Okay, so you also have to focus on this. Murshid Quli Khan also applied this kind of system in other places. Okay, in Bengal region. In this system, land revenue was fixed for the average yield of the land, measured on the basis of the preceding of 10 years. But I hope you all aware that this same type of system used by the Britishers also, Lord Cornwallis uses as a permanent settlement. It is little bit same in this manner. Okay. The land was divided into four categories in Mughal Empire. The first category was polaj. Polaj means a cultivated every year land. So it is a very basically you can say that काफी उपजाऊ जमीन थी. Then the proti. Proti means we can planted it या cultivated it in 2 years after the gap of 1 year or 2 years. Then the chachar. Chachar means a land which will keep for 3 or 4 years and then again cultivated. And the Banjar land, they have no chance to basically cultivation of there. Okay. Then beta Akbar introduced the Mansabdari system, the most famous system introduced by the Akbar. Okay, what is the Mansabdari system? Mansabdari system, every officer was assigned a rank. Beta Mansab. If anyone talk about that word Mansab, you have to focus on two things. First is Jat and second is Sawar. Jat means the rank, okay, and Sawar means how many horse soldiers you are allowed to keep. Okay, so it is a mix up of two words. The rank, the ranges of Mansabdari, the lowest was the 10th and highest is 5,000. But 5,000 is not fixed. Sometimes the Yuvraj and some special person got the Mansab more than it. Okay, so more than 5,000 rank is given to the very big nobles. Okay, in period of Akbar, Muhammad Khan Bangas and Mansingh has a highest rank between the officers. Okay, the prince of royal blood received the ever higher rank. Mostly the princes were got the Mansabdari of 10,000 to 15,000 also. The rank were divided into two types, Jat and Sawar. Okay, previously I discussed that one. Jat means the personal and it is a talk about your status, that how you stand when the ruler arrived and which kind of ideology you will get there. Okay. Sawar rank indicates the number of the troops and person who can require to maintain. Every Sawar has to maintain at least two horses. Okay. All appointment, promotions and dismissals were directly made by the employer. So beta basically in period of Akbar, most of the power was in hand of the ruler. So basically this kind of rulership which we firstly seen in Delhi Sultanate, but in the period of Lodhis it decreased. Now it again arrived in the hand of the ruler. Okay. In 1565 to 1574, it is the period when the Agra fort was born, Agra fort was made. According to some historian, the Agra fort was previously made and repaired by the Akbar, but most of the historians ready that this fort was, they accepted this, the fort was made by the Akbar. Okay. The town of Fatehpur Sikri with the beautiful Jami Masjid and Buland Darwaja is there. Jodhabai Mahal is there. Mahesh Das House or House of Birbal. Dargah of Sheikh Salim Chishti. Beta Sheikh Salim Chishti was a son by whose Ashirwad the Akbar got his son. Okay, to give the respect to that Sheikh Salim Chishti, Akbar gave the name of Salim to his child. Okay. So you have to focus on this also. And in period of Akbar, the Humayun tomb basically made by the Haji Begum, the widow of Akbar, sorry, widow of Humayun. Okay, Ajmer Fort, Lahore Fort, and the Allahabad Fort. These all were constructed in period of Akbar. Okay. Akbar also want that public should be part of the government. So Diwani Am and for discussion with the ministers or other one Diwane Khas, these two type of buildings also made in Fatehpur Sikri. Okay. So, beta, what happened at here? This is the thing about the Akbar which you have to mention for the UPSC exam. And what happened when Akbar be little bit become old? So he was very tense because due to his son, Salim was from early age fond of the alcohol and drinking, and he's spending most of the time with dancing, showing the dance and other thing. And in this era, when the child is doing this kind of things, there have a suggestion arrived that do the marriage of that child. So Akbar married his son Salim with the basically sister of Manbai, and what happened at here? This marriage took place, and but Jahangir, Salim or Jahangir, after become the ruler, he took the title of Jahangir. So Salim was again using this kind of things, and Manbai has given the birth to a child name as the Khusro. His name was Khusro, but never he got a Khushi in his life. So Khusro was born, and everything is going well, but Manbai is tired from the habits of Jahangir, and finally Manbai did suicide. So you have to also focus on this one. When Manbai did suicide, he started to drink more and more and more. Now he got also a reason that तेरा गम अगर ना होता तो शराब मैं ना पीता. So he tried to drink more. So finally Akbar decided to remarry his son. So now he sent a letter to the Maharaj of Jodhpur. Okay, that time Mota Uday Singh was the Maharaj, so he sent a letter and give that I want to marry my son with your daughter Jagat Gosai. So beta, this was the thing when Akbar took a barat and reached to the Jodhpur. So beta, no one know who was Salim. So everyone is saying whose barat is arrived. People said that barat of Akbar arrived. So that's why this misconception had that the daughter of basically Akbar married to the Jodhabai. Okay, that Jagat Gosai is known as Jodhabai. She was wife of Salim, and she had a one child also. The child name is Khurram. So beta Jahangir has two sons, Khusro and Khurram. Okay. So what happened when the Akbar became little bit old? In Jahangir's life, third lady arrived, known as Anarkali. Some historians suggest that it is just a story, but many one believe in it. And Akbar said that you have to leave that lady, and if you want my throne. But Jahangir was not ready. Then a battle took place between the father and son, and father won this battle, and son lost. And after that, I hope you are aware about a story that अनारकली को दीवार में चिनवा दिया गया and this kind of things happened. But no historical proof was there. So that's the reason this is the only stories spread by the historians or other persons. Okay. So what happened? 1605 Akbar died, and when the Akbar died, then his only one son was left, and that is Salim. So Salim got a throne as the name of the Jahangir. Okay, so Salim ही जहांगीर है. So you have to focus on this. Okay, Jahangir 16052 1627. Underline that person. Okay, Nuruddin Muhammad Salim. What was his name? Nuruddin Muhammad Salim. By the Ashirwad of Sheikh Salim Chishti, he was born. So this name was given to him. Father name Akbar. Mother Maryam Jamani. Beta Maryam Jamani, or people called it Harka Bai, both are same. Okay, his name was bestowed on the honor of the Indian Sufi Sant Sheikh Salim Chishti. Previously I discussed it. Akbar called Salim as Sekhu Baba. By the love he called his son as Sekhu Baba. Hassan Mirza and Hussein Mirza were his elder brothers, but both died. Daniel and Murad were other brothers, but when the throne occasion arrived, no one was left, exception of Salim. He did first marriage with the Manbai, which I discussed, the mother of Khusro. The name of person is Khusro, but never get Khushi. Previously said. Second marriage with the Jagat Gosai, mother of the Khurram, and 20th marriage with the Noor Jahan. Don't be worried, I discuss about all the marriages and things. Firstly, you have to mention that when the Jahangir got throne, his child Khusro revolted because Khusro want that that person is responsible for the death of my mother. So this throne should be given to myself. But again, the father and the child both are on different things. And then the very famous battle took place, known as the Battle of Bharaval. Okay, the Battle of Bharaval took place between the Khusro and between the Jahangir. So what happened in this battle? Basically, before this battle, Khusro reached to the Sikh Guru and asked that please give a Ashirwad to myself that I become the Badshah. And Sikh Guru Arjun Dev said to him, okay, my kind wishes with you. In this revolt, the Mansingh also supported the Khusro. So you have to underline it. Sometimes the question arises in the Khusro revolt, who supported him? So two persons are supporting him. First person was Mansingh and second person was Guru Arjun Dev. Okay. So later what happened after this Bharaval battle? Khusro became blind and fifth Sikh Guru, Guru Arjun Dev, given the hanging certain basically decision by the Jahangir and Jahangir killed him. Okay. And later what happened with Khusro? Khusro also killed by the Khurram. Okay. In his revolt, he was supported by the fifth Sikh Guru Arjun Dev Ji. So by the order of Jahangir, Sikh Guru was hanged. Okay. What happened then? After doing this kind of things, he realized that Jahangir realized that he has to do something good for the public. So he stood at the Dastur. Underline that one, Dastur or Amal, known as Amal. It is a code of conduct. That 12 rules were there that these 12 rules would follow to everyone, that this is about the justice, this is about the killing of animals and many other things. He also supported the Tagma and the Mirwahi tool tax. Okay. So these things were basically took place in his starting phase. Then he did the treaty with the Rana Amar Singh. But sometimes what happened now? He, if you born from a family of a person who had a huge name, just like a Maharana Pratap, so sometime you after doing many things, your name was not increased. That thing happened with the Amar Singh. अगर बेटा अमर सिंह किसी और परिवार में पैदा होते, किसी और समय काल में पैदा होते, तो शायद he is big warrior or people know him by his name. But he was born in a family of Maharana Pratap who never accepted the treaty with Akbar, but he did a treaty. But before treaty, he fought many times. Every time in every battle, many persons were died, and how much you survived? After every battle, many women become widows, and and your development also stopped. Then what you have to do? Sometimes you have to do the decision of treaty. And this is the problem of Amar Singh. Amar Singh did the treaty, but he realized that now he become a kalank of his family. So he given the throne to his child and basically his son Karan Singh. And he went to the forest and spread his rest of life there. Okay. So to enjoy this treaty, what happened? The statues of Amar Singh, okay, and the Karan Singh made from the white marbles and put in the garden of Agra. So underline this one. But in period of Akbar, the battle of Chittor took place. So after the battle of Chittor, Akbar inspired from the bravery of Jamal and Fatah. So statues of Jamal and Fatah uh, put in front of the Agra fort. So if the question arises, the statue of Jamal and Fatah, it is about the period of Akbar and battle of Chittor. So it was in Agra fort, outside the Agra fort. Okay, the gate of Agra fort. And the statues of Amar Singh and Karan Singh, it is about the Jahangir, and these were put in the Agra garden. Okay. 1617 signed the treaty with the Bijapur ruler Adil Shah. Jahangir gave him title of the Farjand. Farjand means that you are like my son. You are same son, same as son for myself. So this title is given to the Bijapur ruler Adil Shah. So many times UPSC give a question out of four, which fact is about the Jahangir is wrong. So this kind of questions many times arrived. So you have to focus on this. Okay. Then after the married with Jagat Gosai, then after the Anarkali incident, Jahangir married so many times, and finally in his life, Meheru Nisa arrived. Meheru Nisa was the widow of Sher Afghan, okay, and Jahangir married him as a 20th wife. She was widow of Sher Afghan, okay. 1611, Jahangir married to him and gave her the title of Nur Jahan and issued a coin named Nisar in memory of in respect of Nur Jahan. So Nur Jahan was the first lady on whose respect a gold coin was made, Nisar. In this coin, there have an image of Jahangir and Nur Jahan both sitting on throne was inscribed. Okay. If we talk about the coins of Akbar period, most of the coins has religious symbols. There have our famous coin named as Sanshab, Sansab, Sanshab, and this coin was the biggest coin of Indian history. 101 tola was the weight of that coin, and the image of Ram and Sita was inscribed there. Okay. So there have a group led by the Mehru Nisa known as Junta. So underline that one. Sometimes the question arises, what was Junta? So Junta was a group led by the Mehrun Nisa. Okay. Mehrun Nisa's father Mirza Gayas Beg. Okay, underline that one. He was appointed as Imad ud Dula. Okay. Imad ud Dula means the pillar of the state. Okay. And Abul Hassan, the brother of Nur Jahan. Okay, he got the title of Asaf Khan. Okay, so underline that one. He was brother of the Nur Jahan and he was appointed as Wakil. So what happened when Nur Jahan's father, that Imadul Dulhad was died, yeah, Mirza Ghiyas Beg was died, in Agra, a huge building from white marble was made, and that is known as the Atmauddola's tomb. What is known as Atmauddola's tomb? Okay. Jahangir divided his empire in a smaller part, and here he appointed Subedars, and that part is known as the Suba. Okay. 1608, Usman Khan, Afghan leader, revolted against the Mughals, so Jahangir sent Islam Khan, grandson of Sheikh Salim Chishti, to control it. It was a major issue. Conflict with the Malik Ambar, he sent firstly Abdul Rahim Khan Khana, then Khurram. Khurram means Shah Jahan. He sent Shah Jahan to capture the South India. So what happened there? After capturing the South India, when he visited South India's mission, so the title of Shah Jahan given to Khurram. Okay. About the Malik Ambar, you have to underline the total land revenue system policy. He applied it in South India. But if we talk about the Bengal, Dhashala system applied by the Dhashala system, Murshid Quli Khan there. And if we talk about the South India, the Malik Ambar appointed this, yeah, applied this system, Toramal system in South India. Okay, so you have to focus on this. Then, beta, so in Jahangir's life, he had a great interest towards the painting. So sometimes Jahangir's era is called golden era of painting. Golden era of painting. You have to focus on this. Jahangir's era is known as the golden era of painting. So focus on this. Abul Hassan gave the title of Nadir ul Zaman by the Jahangir, and Ustad Mansoor, the excellent painter of Jahangir's period. Okay, Jahangir has a great interest in his period, so-called golden era of painting. Once Jahangir said that if a painting made by the different painters, just like a painting of bird, his mouth made by the another painter, and basically wings and other part made by the different painters. Jahangir has a gut that he said that he can tell that which part is made by the which painter. Okay, so Francisco Presqueri was the foreign traveler who visited India during the reign of Jahangir, and he wrote the book, the most famous book of that time, the Ramon's Treaty. Okay, chain of justice of golden chains which outside the castle of the Agra it was made. It is known as the chain of justice, and any person who needs justice, he can ring that bell, and Jahangir provide him justice anytime. He participated in Hindu festivals. He and also Shah Jahan also participated in the festivals. Christians were also allowed to build their religious places in the period of Jahangir. Okay, Jahangir's tomb made by the Noor Jahan. It is also a very famous fact. Later I arrived on it. Don't be worried. Captain Hawkins arrived in period of Jahangir's court in 1608. Jahangir gave him mansab of 400. Okay, but that person was the Captain Hawkins was the first Britishers who arrived India by the sea route. Okay, he arrived by the ship known as Hector, 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 and he was able to speak out the Persian and Turkish language. So when he discussed with the Persian Jahangir in Persian language, Jahangir became so happy, and Jahangir gave him title or Mansab of 400. Okay. Later on, 1615, Sir Thomas Roe also arrived in court of Jahangir as British ambassador. Okay. He mostly stayed in Lahore and banned the killing of the animal for the food on that Tuesday and Friday. He wrote his autobiography Tujuke Jahangiri in Persian language. He also patronized the Farhang-e-Jahangiri. Okay, it is a dictionary. In his period, Khafi Khan wrote Muntakhab-e-Lobab and Hamid Lahori wrote Padshah Nama. So, beta, all the books and all the things which happen in his period, I am mentioning here. So, these notes are very useful for you. Okay. Shalimar Bagh, Nishat Bagh established in Kashmir in his period. He built Moti Masjid at Lahore, and also his own Masailam at the Lahore. Do Aspa and C Aspa system introduced by Jahangir. Do Aspa means you have to carry the twice of horses, and C Aspa means thrice of horses. But these were the four horse regiment that if any horse cavalry has a title of Dospa, he has to take two times horses, and Sihaspa means three times of horses. Okay, you have to keep. Beta Mansoor, Farooq Beg, Bisan Das, all the painters so famous of his period I mentioned there. Mansoor, Farooq Beg, Bisan Das, Ustad Mansoor, Daulat, Manohar, Abul Hassan were the famous painter of Jahangir's royal court. So sometime examiner include two or three names from it and one name by his own choice and said who is not belongs to his royal court. Farooq Beg made the portrait of the Sultan of Bijapur, all the famous painting I am mentioning there. Daulat made the combined portrait of Bisan Das, Govardhan and Abul Hassan. Manohar, who was son of Basavanna, underline that one most important fact. Manohar, who was the son of Basavanna, his name was not mentioned in Tujuke Jahangiri. So sometimes the question arises, give the name of famous painter of Jahangir era whose name was not mentioned in a Tujuk-e-Jahangiri. Okay, so Manohar. Jahangir sent Bisan Das in court of Shah of Persia to make the portrait of Shah and his family members, a very famous painting. Abul Hassan made the portrait of Jahangir and Safavid Shah Abbas, but in personal life they never met. But the painting was made. Portrait for front page of Tujuke Jahangiri was made by Abul Hassan. The title of Nadir ud Jama is given to that painter Abul Hassan. Okay, underline this one. Ustad Mansur was famous for making of image of birds, animals and flowers and tulip of Kashmir, Siberian crane, and his title is Nadir al-Asad. So beta sometimes the question is given which painter is famous for which kind of painting. So this all the notes available in your series. Okay. Establish the Chitrashala or painting house in leadership of the Akarija. Okay. So beta Gulshan Chitravali, it are completed in period of Jahangir. So you have to focus on this. Okay. Then tomb of Mirza Ghyas Beg, beta this is not a Taj Mahal. It is the Mirza Ghyas Beg's tomb. Okay. It was first tomb made from the Pitradura system. Pitradura system means the where the dead body was collapsed, the back, basically the back wall. There have some paintings or some statues were made by the inscribed module. Okay, that is the Pitradura. So Pitradura made, and people call it the Bacha Taj or the baby Taj. Okay. The Mosailam was commissioned by the Noor Jahan. made from the white marbles brought from the Rajasthan. It is also brought from the Makrana where the red white marbles of Taj Mahal bought. Okay. Ornamental gateways with the prominent lawns and builds the middle of the north and south side, if you check it. So, and backside you also found a door. So, this kind of things were made. It was the great example of Islamic architecture. Okay. So, beta, it is about the Shah, basically it is about the Jahangir. So what happened when Jahangir was ruling, his son Khurram also revolted against him. So when he revolted against his father, Jahangir sent a very huge army, and this army defeated the Khurram. And for the safety, yeah, for the provide the royalship towards the ruler, he has to surrender his two son and his two son Aurangzeb and Dara Shikoh, and these two were captured by the Jahangir in his court. Yeah, basically in his jail. So at here the things were changed and many things were held there. And finally, what happened when Jahangir was died? There have two things were there. That time, that lady Noor Jahan. Okay, he had a one daughter from his first husband. She married Ladli Begum with the Shahriyar, and she wanted that Shahriyar would go throne. On another hand, the brother of Noor Jahan, Asaf Khan, he married his daughter with the Shah Jahan, ya Khurram. So he wanted that Khurram would be got throne. So what happened at here? Again, the Khusro's family involved in this place. The Khusro's son, okay, he was a small child. So beta basically that person name was Dawar Baksh. Okay. So what happened? Ashraf Khan appointed Dawar Baksh as ruler and he signed a one agreement with the Dawar Baksh that by this agreement Dawar Baksh give a order to kill Shahriyar and in reward they give the support to Dawar Baksh. And this Dawar Baksh become the stupid and he signed this one. And Shahriyar was killed. Nur Jahan was kept in jail. And what happened? Then by enjoying things, Khurram reached to the Agra and after killing the Baks, that small child of 14 to 15-year age, Shah Jahan got a throne. His real name was Shahab Uddin Muhammad Khurram. Underline that one. His mother was from Jodhpur. Okay, Jagat Gosai was the name of his mother. So underline that one. Again, I hope so you understand the story which I previously told to you. Jagat Gosai, Gosani, yeah, Jod Gosai. Okay. He married with the Arjumand Bano Begum, the daughter of Asaf Khan. So Asaf Khan had a very big role in this, his achievement. He revolted against his father Jahangir, who was controlled by the Mahabad Khan. So beta, his revolt was controlled by the Mahabad Khan. Mahabad Khan, you have to underline one thing, Mahabad Khan was commander of Jahangir. Again, later on, Mahabad Khan also revolted against the Jahangir and he captured the Jahangir and Noor Jahan. But Noor Jahan took the mindship and basically released both of them. Okay, so this Mahabad Khan you have to also underline. He became ruler after killing the Baks and son of the Khusro Mirza. Okay, he arrested his brother Shahriyar and killed. His era is called the golden era of Indian architecture. Many architectural buildings were made in this period. He established the Shah Jahanabad as new capital. But Shah Jahanabad means the Delhi. So beta, now you realize that in Delhi Sultanate, basically Qutbuddin Aibak formed it, but he declared the Lahore as capital, not the Delhi. Then in period of Iltutmish, Delhi became capital. But as the Sikandar Lodi got thrown, he changed his capital to the Agra, and then the pride of Agra increased. And in period of Akbar, the Fatehpur Sikri established as a capital. But again, now the capital reached to Delhi as Shah Jahanabad. Shah Jahanabad, beta, basically area of the Chandni Chowk nearby and Lal Killa Red Fort area. Okay. So, beta, what happened at here? So, beta, Hindi language is increased in period of Shah Jahan. Okay, you have to focus on this. Okay, it became his court language. Hindi beta basically it is mix up of the Urdu and Hindi words. Sometimes if you we talk about the modern language of Delhi and nearby area, so you realize that many words of Urdu language also arrived in Hindi. So that is known as Hindi language. He established Red Fort in Shah Jahanabad and also made Diwan-e-Am and Diwan-e-Khas there. Okay. Reforms introduced by the Shah Jahan as Aini Dehshala system for the concept of the Nabod was abolished. Okay, he abolished the system Nabod, which is very basically torturing for the farmers and other one. Okay, later Murshid Quli Khan followed this system. Okay, in Bengali region, establish of Karkhanas. Karkhana had known as the Diwane Batai, later known as Mire Saman. So this kind of things also made by him. But this fort, which you known as the Red Fort, I hope you all aware that on 15th August, Indian Prime Minister hosting a flag there. So this Red Fort was made as a Qila'e Mubarak, okay? It took almost 9 years to complete it. Moti Mahal, Hira Mahal, Rang Mahal, and Diwane Khas, these were the famous buildings there. Ustad Ahmad Lahori was his architect, okay? And okay, so you have to focus on this. Peacock throne was settled there. This peacock throne was very famous that era. It was looted by the later Nadir Shah. Okay, and this is the Masjid Jahan Numa, known as the Jama Masjid. It was inaugurated by the first Imam Sayyid Abdul Ghaffar Shah Bukhari. Okay, the constructions were supervised by the primarily by Sadullah Khan the Wazir. Cost was 10 lakh rupees to make this a great building known as Jama Masjid of Delhi. Okay, then the beautiful, most beautiful building of the world, the Taj, in memory of his wife Arjumand Mahal, Arjumand Banu Begum. Okay, the Arjumand Mahal, he made this. Arjumand Banu Mahal was known as Mumtaz Mahal. After giving the birth of 14 child, she was died. Okay, so Ustad Ahmad Lahori was the architect of this. 1636 Padshah Nama. Okay, it was mentioned he was referred as a Rauja-e-Munawwara. Okay, so you have to focus on this also. Ustad Isha was the chief of labor. According to the Trevenier, it took 22 years and 3 crores rupees spent to making of this Taj. White marbles taken from the Makrana, Rajasthan. But Shah Jahan's period is famous that he participated in Hindu festivals. He given many provisions. He participated in Diwali type of festivals. So he known for the great achievement. Okay. But what happened in his era? In the era of Shah Jahan, basically trade war between the Portuguese and Britishers started. And what is going on? They have development of new power held because in period of Shah Jahan, I hope so you will realize that Shah Jahan, when his father sent to attack on South India, Shah Jahan became a friend with a person, the famous Maratha kinship, and who started the basically his son Shivaji started the Maratha Empire, Shahji Bhosle. So they have a very charming look of yeah, charming administration of Shah Jahan was there. But what happened? Shah Jahan wanted that after him, when he died, his power should be given to his son Dara Shikoh. But his another sons were not happy with it. So what happened? The Aurangzeb, okay, got the power after killing his all brothers. So it is a situation gap at here. So you have to focus on Aurangzeb 1658 to 1707, the most biggest era of all the Badshah of India. He ruled nearby 50 years, nearby 49 years he ruled. Also known as Alamgir or Jinda Pir, the title of Bahadur he is given by his father. Okay. So what happened is there that in Kashmir, in the north of Jinji in south, so whole the area owned by him, Hindu Kush in the west and Chittagong in the east. So beta the highest area, if anyone asks you to give the name of Mughal ruler who ruled on the highest area, so your answer should be Aurangzeb. Okay. The golden period of Mughal Empire, it is known as from the economical growth. So many times we talk about his cruelty and everything, but the big thing is that one. But when we talk about history now, so we never took any bias. We have to discuss the good and bad both thing about a ruler. So you have to focus on this because if we talk only I basically bias statements, then the history become a boring. Okay, so you have to focus on this. So economic growth, he had a natural kinship of the learning. He learned Quran and from the Persian and Arabic language. He had a great knowledge of both languages. Conflict started when the Shah Jahan treated Dara Shikoh as the legal throne. So his conflict with his father started. Then what happened? So beta, at here, the Battle of Throne took place. So firstly, that time if you realize the thing, Shah Jahan has four sons, Suja, Murad, Aurang, and Dara Shikoh. Dharashnikov was had an approach towards the Sufism, very kind approach towards the Sufism and Hindus. So that reason, many person want that this person should be got the throne. But what happened? Firstly, the Suja declared that he was independent and called himself independent. Okay. Then Murad also called himself independent. Then what happened? If Aurangzeb also realized that if he called himself independent, then he had to fight with his brothers. So he said to Murad that in the night I watched a dream that you become a Badshah of India and I am become your commander in chief. So Murad became very happy. So these both are ready to give promise to each other or support to each other. Then what happened? A very huge army sent by the Dara Shikoh to control the Shah Suja. This army led by the Jaswant Singh and other commanders. So what happened when this army defeated the Shah Suja और basically जिसके नाम में सॉरी सुजा है तो सुजा ही जाएगा उसको. So after beating him, when this army coming back, Murad and Aurangzeb combined army attacked on them and defeated this army. And when Jaswant Singh, after defeat, Jaswant Singh went his home back. His wife was not opening a door for him. Later, Jaswant Singh will fight again battle and died. Okay. So first battle won by the Aurangzeb and Murad. Later on, what happened? Then the okay. So at here you have to focus on this. Bundela war against the rebellious ruler of the Orcha, Jujhar Singh. Okay, this battle was took place when the throne is given on. Aurangzeb was appointed as Viceroy of Deccan in 1636. It is a starting phase of Aurangzeb life. Abdul Hamid Lahori wrote Padshah Nama, in which he described how Aurangzeb killed an elephant Sudhakar. Beta Sudhakar was an elephant which killed by the Aurangzeb. So previously this question was asked by the UP So underline that one. Many PCS and UPSC exam ask this kind of questions also. What is the Sudhakar? So Sudhakar was a war elephant. 1637 Aurangzeb married with the Safavid princess Dilraz Bano. Okay. 1645 he was appointed as governor of Gujarat. 15 April 1658 the battle of Dharmat took place. Aurangzeb versus the royal army led by the Jaswant Singh. This army defeated by Aurangzeb and Murad army, Murad Baksh army. Battle of Samugad, 29 May 1658 between the Dara Shikoh and Aurangzeb and Murad Baksh. Okay, but after this battle, in this battle again the Dara Shikoh lost, and after this battle Aurangzeb killed that Murad Baksh also. So only one person was left, that is Dara Shikoh. And finally, after winning, Aurangzeb killed Murad Baksh also. His religious policy, in starting, basically, he treated that no interfere of religious policy in rulership. But as he realized that if I want to make my area strong, I have to be basically again took the support of the Muslims. So what he decided that on place of Darul Habr, a Darul Islam policy should be used. Darul-e-Habr means a place where the Islam followers are in very limited number, and Darul-e-Islam means a place where the followers of Islam are very huge number. So to show this policy, he killed his brother Dara Shikoh and made him nude and basically his whole body was basically damaged and basically on elephant and whole his body was moved from the whole city areas to showing his policy. He started the jizya again. So sometimes the question arises, who started the jizya again? So beta, you have to focus on Aurangzeb. He also stopped the Navroz festival. Beta, this Navroz festival was the Persian New Year, which started by the Balban in the Delhi Sultanate era, and this was stopped by the Aurangzeb. You have to focus on this. He also stopped open celebration of festivals. He's saying that festivals means spreading the views. So that's why he stopped the opening celebration of festivals. He took the title of Ghazi. Ghazi means the Islamic warrior, and he tried to become an Islamic warrior. Okay. Then he removed some taxes, exemptions, and reduced official salaries to save money because Shah Jahan spent a huge money to making the buildings. So now the state is also running the problem of fund. So he stopped the, yeah, basically he decreased the salaries of workers and everyone. He also made a system of measure the land and fairly collected the tax. He restricted music and dancing. He has no interest towards the music and dance. His son Mehrunisa wrote that, Father, my father, can you stop the birds from chirpings? Can you stop the rivers from spreading sounds? And so this kind of things are written about him. He also has an interest in some Vag Yantra, but he stopped it. Okay, the imperial encouraged people to grow cash crops like indigo and opium. In his period, opium's production increased. Aurangzeb improved the roads and made the Grand Trunk Road bigger to make a trade easier. But this road was first established by the Shershah Suri. But if you visit in the ancient Indian time, you found that in Mauryan era this road also built. Aurangzeb's time, the textile industry grew. People started to making more textiles, especially fine muslin and the brocade. These muslins reached to the European market and its productions become so high. And the one place, one city in Europe known as the Muscat by this muslin. People use silver rupees as the main currency. A lot of money on military campaigns he forced. But what happened better in his period? In starting phase, he become common. But what happened when he sent Jahangir to control the Shivaji? He realized that after the of Purandar, Jai Singh has to come back and said everything to him. But Jai Singh sent his son Ram Singh to the Agra and he said that I have to, from a long period, I am in war and now I want some rest. So here he realized that now the Hindus rulers are not supporting him as they supporting to Jahangir and Shah Jahan. So that's why he want to take the help of Muslims. So he become very cruel. He just issued the farmans to destroying many temples. He issued the farmans that open celebration of festival stop. He issued the farmans to put jizya again. He put farmans to issue pilgrimage tax. So many farmans issued by him. And many famines also arrived in his period. Okay, famous revolts against him. The Jat revolt, it was from the Gokula, 1669, and by the Raja Ram. But according to Jat revolt, you have to focus on one thing that Raja Ram looted the tomb of Akbar. Akbar's tomb was in where? I hope you all aware that this tomb was made in Sikandra of near Agra. So this tomb was looted by the Raja Ram and what happened at here after looted this thing we are tomb, he took the bones of Akbar and fired them. Okay, so this was a Jat revolt. Later you found that Jat empire was established and Chudaman, Badan Singh and many names you got. Okay, so you have to focus on this. Then the Bundela revolt took place. Santhal revolt 1672 Narnol took place. Okay, and then the Bundela revolt by the Champat Rai and the Chhatrasal Bundela. Okay, Afghan revolt began between the Punjab and Kabul by the Bagu and Muhammad Shah, inspired from the Roshnai movement. Okay, then revolt of Prince Akbar. Prince Akbar reached in South India and demanding the shelter from Maratha. And that time, Beta Maratha was ruled by the Chava, which you known as the son of Shivaji. Okay, Sambhaji known as Chava. Okay, recently a movie also, I hope you also watch about him. Okay, then revolt of Prince Akbar, and then Prince Akbar reached to the Faras. Revolt of Durgadas Rathod. Am I ऐसा पूत जनो जैसा Durgadas? I hope you are aware with him. Okay, and he revolted to give the throne to his master. Okay, so beta in 11th year he prohibited the Jharokha Darshan and Tuladan. These two systems started by the Akbar. So you have to focus on this. These two systems are very important in period of Akbar. They both were started. Okay. 11th region of his 12th year he thrown the prohibited the Tuladan system. For more moral development, he appointed a Muhtasib officers. Okay. This Muhtasib is same as the previously Akbar established. Okay. 1669 by the order of Kesav Rai Temple, his order, Kesav Rai Temple of Mathura and Vishwanath Temple of Banaras was destroyed. He ended 80 tax and Avavad, and which are against the Shariat. Which tax are against Shariat, he controlled them. Number of Hindu Mansabdars now increased to 34%. He stopped Kalma writing on coin and Navroz festival. He stopped that. He said that Kalma is a ibadat of Khuda. So how you can write this in basically in coins, because after reaching hand to hand it became damaged. Okay. And total numbers of subhas were 20 in his period. It is said by the Alamgir Nama. Okay. Muhammad Qazi. Okay, written by the Muhammad Qazi, Masir al-Alamgiri, Mustad Khan, Muntakhab al-Lobab, Khafi Khan written this. Okay, Tariq-e-Khafi Khan, also people called him. Alamgir Nama by the Khazim Shereji and Fatuat-e-Alamgiri, Iswar Das. These were all the famous books written in his period. So you have to focus on this. Okay, then Pinjore Garden in Haryana. It is a very famous garden. Okay, Fakrullah made a new rag or music book known as the Man Futhul. Okay, originally known as the Rag Darpan in his period. Moti Masjid of Delhi, Red Fort, made by the period of Aurangzeb in 1659. Padshahi Mosque of Lahore, 1674. It also established in his period. Tomb of Dilras Bano Begum or Rabia ul Durrani, also made in his period. He also known as Bibi Ka Maqbara. Its architect was Ataullah. Okay, Hanspat Rai, and it is known as the Dakhni Taj or Taj Mahal or Taj of Dakhin Bharat, or also known as Bibi Ka Maqbara. Okay, this is the building beta Bibi Ka Maqbara, looking like a Taj Mahal. Okay, Tariqnama of Ghulam Mustafa, cost of Bibi Ka Maqbara was 6.68 lakh rupees. He was built near the Dargah of Sheikh Janubuddin, a Sufi sant who was also known as spiritual and religious teacher of Aurangzeb. So beta, this all things about the Aurangzeb. In Aurangzeb period, highest revolt took place. Aurangzeb spent his most of the life part in South India. So that's why Napoleon Bonaparte once said, as the throne of Rome, जिस प्रकार से रोम के फोड़े ने मेरा नाश किया, उसी प्रकार से दक्षिण भारत के फोड़े ने जिस प्रकार से दक्षिण भारत के फोड़े ने औरंगजेब का नाश किया, उसी प्रकार से रोम के फोड़े ने मेरा नाश किया. So this was a famous slogan by the Napoleon Bonaparte about the Aurangzeb. So you have to focus on this. Okay. So this is all about the Aurangzeb. So beta, when Aurangzeb was died, he make a wasiyat that his son never be fight with each other. But later on in modern India, we realize that his when he was died, his elder son was 65 years of age, and he become a sultan. He become a new Badshah. As his real name was Muazzam, and he became Badshah by the name of Bahadur Shah first or Shah Alam first. Okay. So this is all about the great Mughals. I hope you enjoy this session. But if you enjoy this class, please share with your friends. Okay. So this is about the Mughals, and from this class, I hope if you check the previous paper, many questions you will get from here. Okay. So thanks from my side. Okay. Please share it.